Welcome to the RBTV Game of the Week pregame show. I'm Tyler Campbell here with Coach Reck. So, Coach Reck, coming off the loss to Nazareth, do you think that this game prepares you facing that good Nazareth team?
Absolutely. Facing those guys, they're an unbelievable team, fast. They're going to the playoffs. They're going to make a deep run. So it's definitely prepared us for tonight.
Last game of the season, what are you telling you guys?
Hey, it's all for the seniors tonight. You know, we've had a tough road. 7 of our 9 opponents are making the playoffs. And, this is a conference rival that we've battled back and forth with. So we got to go take it to them.
And Otto Zeman, the offensive coordinator over there, do you think that is a scare for the team, or do you think you're going to use that as motivation?
No, there's a little bit of motivation there, but, Otto's there, and they're running their offense, and they're having a good year, so we had to prepare for them, and hopefully we did our best, and, we take it to them.
All right, good luck, Coach. Hello, one and all. Welcome to RBTV Game of the Week. I'm Tyler Campbell, and with me again is Andrew Plevsky. Tonight's game at Shuey Stadium has your Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs head-to-head against conference rival, the Fenton Bison. Tonight's game is the Bulldogs' last game of the season. We'll see what they can do tonight, Andrew.
Yeah, with it being senior night and all, the Bulldogs really want to win tonight. After a mediocre season and a 1-2 conference record, they really want to win as the Bulldogs come bursting out of the tunnel and onto the field. I mean, they have a lot of energy, and they really just do want to win.
Yep. Bulldogs coming off a tough loss against the always talented Nazareth Roadrunners. Fenton coming off a win against Elmwood Park. Bulldogs beating Elmwood Park 26-0, Fenton 18-0. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, Fenton, they made the playoffs, and they have a 6-2 record. But that really doesn't tell the story with them having the same conference record as the Bulldogs do. Mm-hmm. This could be a closer game than a lot of people expect.
Yep. So we'll see what happens today at Shuey Stadium. Bulldogs' overall record, as said, is 2-6, and Fenton at 6-2.
And you just saw them trying to get pumped up for this game. As we said, it's really important to keep their morale up, especially early. They want to come out of the gates flying.
Yes, that is right.
As they're collapsing the set down, and security's ushering some people out, and the Bulldogs get ready to. I don't know whether they're going to kick or receive, but they're just getting ready to begin the game.
We also like to acknowledge at this time our sponsor for tonight's game, Dr. Pizza. I got to tell you, that pizza's good.
Yeah, absolutely. That was good. It was nice and hot, but that's not what this is about. This is about Bulldogs football, and, Fenton, they're pretty talented. Their sophomore team is pretty good. They were down 16-0 at one point, their sophomore team was, and they came back to win with a touchdown pass with a minute left in the game, and then a interception on the Bulldogs' last drive.
Yes, crazy game at the sophomore level. What was it with 29 seconds, 30 seconds left? That touchdown, or the interception?
The interception, yeah. The touchdown, it was a beautiful pass in double coverage by the Fenton quarterback.
Yep, and Fenton making that touchdown to take the lead with a minute left, and then Bulldogs had somewhat good field position to get into field goal range, but, picked off.
Yeah, so. The one thing they couldn't do is get a turnover. They just had to drive it down to maybe with the 20-yard line to try to kick a field goal. But looks like the Bulldogs will receive here with number 25, Tyler Floros. And, he's back for the kick.
Yep.
Trying to get something electric happen. And then, with him as always, number 2, Luke Keller.
Yep, and number 22, Alan Geneva, will be kicking off for Fenton as we start this game. And he has a quick kickoff, and the game is underway.
Good blocking
and Andy
scheme.
Suzuki won't go down past the 35, close to the 40-yard line. His Bulldogs start off with good field position.
Great play. He shoved a player right out of the play. Fenton player tried to tackle him. He just shoved him about 5 yards away.
Yep. Andy Suzuki, a very physical player.
Known mostly for his defense, but he can show some offensive skills occasionally.
Yep, and he gave the Bulldogs a little spark right there.
As the Bulldogs get pretty good field position starting at the 39-yard line.
Yep, and as always, Dylan Beketic, number 17, your Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs quarterback under center with Bartlett and Floros in the backfield. Beketic hands it off fast to Bartlett. Bartlett gets a good gain.
That was a tough 6 yards he got. He dragged a guy with him about 3 or 4. And, Bartlett, good replace for Nick Callahan, who dropped out of the football program 2 weeks ago. Bartlett filling his shoes very aptly as he gets some tough yards there.
Indeed. As the Bulldogs get good position with 2nd and 4. Good start so far.
Yeah, they have Huffine split out left.
Beketic under center. Drops back, pitches off to Andy Suzuki. Andy fakes the pass, runs right, gets the first down and a little bit more.
Great play. That was a good heads-up play. He realized he was behind the line of scrimmage and caught the defender thinking he was going to pass.
Suzuki pulling through for his team.
Yeah, and you can
we'll
see
right
right here, good play fake. Here we go. And watch, he looks like he's getting ready to pass. And the guy thought he was going to. That would be number 2 for Fenton, Joe Butts. Tried to come in and get that tackle. But
very good play there.
Suzuki made a good heads-up play as Suzuki left and Bartlett is back in.
Swing pass to Floros.
That was a low pass.
If they call that complete, that's a loss of yards, and they will. That's a loss of about a good 4 yards.
Yeah, that was a low pass.
Yep.
It was just a little bit of a late release by Beketic.
And flag down the play. Looks like Wreck.
Wreck jawing at the refs,
Yes.
saying
We'll
it
see
was
what
incomplete, seeing what happens here. You know, the refs don't really respond to getting yelled at very nicely.
Yep. You know, IHSA, in any state actually, there's no smiling upon yelling on the ref.
There's never for any sport at any level. Mm-hmm. You know, but looks like the flag was waved off with no penalty.
Yes, as Beketic under center.
Merely just a warning.
Yep.
We got Huffines in the slot, O'Day out right.
And Floros gets close to the line of scrimmage.
I'll make it a long 3rd and 8.
Yep.
Maybe the Bulldogs will be looking to go for their huge, 6'8", huge 6'8" tight end here. Here's the last play. You know, that was good downhill running. No, it's Floros. Downhill running, falling forward, as Floros always does.
As we see the Bulldogs heading out to offense, Beketic still under center with that wishbone offense, split back. Bartlett and Floros in the backfield. Beketic back to pass.
Again, looking for Huffines. Over.
Huffines tripped up.
And there could be a flag on the play, maybe a late hit. There's a flag around midfield.
Maybe.
The refs are having a little bit of a conference here, and they're wondering sort of what happened. I don't know. It's just signaling a little bit of a rough call. Let's see here. Holding on Fenton.
Defensive holding as Bulldogs get a good 5 yards.
And is that? Yeah, it's an automatic first down as well.
Oh, 10 yards.
10 yards, yeah, and an automatic first down. There you go.
And that's a Bulldog first down.
That's a bad penalty for Fenton to make.
Yep.
They have him stopped, and you know, with Huffines having a good game last year, but overall only a mediocre punter.
Yep.
Fenton really should be want to cut a finger off after that one.
Floros single back in the backfield as Beketic's under center. Hands it off to Floros. Floros up the middle.
Does not want to go down on the tackle, number 73, Jacob Bergman.
73, Freddie Joyner.
Excuse me.
We'll see what the Bulldogs do here. You know, Fenton's defense, very stouty, but very strong front line defense.
You know, and you can see they have about 20 offensive or defensive linemen, you know, set up. They go with the bubble screen. Gets him a good Floros. 2 yards. That was a solid tackle by number 3, Josh Smith. You know, he plays wide receiver and linebacker, an odd combination, but you can see why he's definitely playing linebacker there.
Yes, sir. So with 3rd and 3, the Bulldogs will see what they can do with Beketic heading out to the field.
Let me remind you that you're watching RBTV, your educational network. Watch us online at rbtv.tv.
Beketic under center. Quick handoff to number 25, Tyler Floros, and he gets the first down.
They're really getting some tough yards through Floros and Suzuki, along with Bryce Bartlett.
Yep. You know, very versatile offense so far.
Yeah, they really actually haven't shown much in the pass game. The one overthrow to Huffines, and then the underthrow on the screenplay.
You know, it's just keeping Bison on their toes. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here with their first down on Fenton territory.
You know, the Bulldogs went to the screenplay a lot against the sophomore team, at least against Fenton, and now the varsity team went to it twice, which they normally don't go to. So maybe they're trying to exploit some weakness.
We've seen some new offensive plays. You know, the Suzuki fake pass. We haven't seen that this year yet. You know, maybe they're trying to, discriminate against the scouting reports that Fenton has.
Yeah, and they the Bulldogs do a really good job getting those scouting reports and seeing the weaknesses in the team. They watch a lot of film. As Beketic going to be under center, split backfield again. Huff, Hines, and O'Day outright.
Beketic, quick
and
handoff.
Off to Floros. Gets maybe 3 yards, 3 or 4.
Bulldogs looking pretty good so far. You know, with 7:30 left in the game clock, they haven't given up the ball yet.
And it'll make it 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. They really want to convert here. They don't want to. They maybe even be almost out of field goal range for their kicker. We'll see, though. I mean, if they don't convert here, they may be out of range. I wouldn't expect for them to run with the success it's worked out so far.
And Beketic back to pass, rolling right, sees his man, hits Huff Hines.
Huff Hines. He almost threw it over him, but that's extremely hard to do on Huff Hines, who's a very lanky wide receiver.
Yes, as the Bulldogs get it within the 10, they'll have 1st and goal. As you can see right here, Beketic fakes the handoff, rolls right, and he turns his shoulders, throws that ball, sets up, and he hits Huff Hines right on the sideline for a safe Bulldog first down.
And you know something about that play. You notice that Beketic wasn't even close to getting sacked. I credit that play to the offensive line. If they broke down, that would have been a huge loss. But instead, looks like there was a penalty on the play, which nullified the yards.
Yep.
You know, after a good play, penalties on offense are never good.
As the Bulldogs, they're down and 9. We'll see what they can do after that very bumming callback.
Yeah, Huff Hines, O'Day, and Verdon split out left. Floros in the backfield.
Beketic back to pass again, looks left, tosses it up, hits, incomplete to number 84, Lewis Verdon.
Yeah, I mean, that hit him in the hands. That one's all on Verdon there for making that drop. It hit him right in the hands. I don't know if he would have gotten the first down, but he would have gotten a lot closer where the Bulldogs may have went forward or would have gotten better position to kick a field goal.
Yep, as Bulldogs have 4th down. And
Beketic's coming out.
They'll go for it.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 9.
O'Day split out right, Huff Hines to the left with Floros back, and also Verdon split out to the left in the slot. Beketic back to pass again.
Watch out, doesn't see pressure from his left side.
And overthrows O'Day. You know, Beketic pressured pretty well right there by the Fenton defense and hit as he throwed. And
you begin to wonder if that throw would have been a bit more on target if he wasn't hit. That was good cover, good pressure from the Fenton defensive front.
And Bulldogs defense is on the field, and we'll see what Fenton Bison can do on their offensive side as we see them for the first time tonight. 6:46 left on the game clock. You know, you can see right here, you can already tell Otto Zeman, the offensive coordinator, who used to be the offensive coordinator, flagged down the play. Otto Zeman, the former RB offensive coordinator, brought in that era of all-pass offense, and you can already see that with the odd formation that Fenton brings to the field. You know, you saw that they're playing a 5-out.
And look at this again.
3 linemen.
There's only 3 linemen. The Bulldogs must be a little confused on this one.
And he throws to the right and is incomplete.
Yeah, that's through the hands of number 21, Frank DeLauro.
Number 7, Sean Holovic, their quarterback. You know, we'll see what they can do with this offense. You know, as RB ran that offense a couple years ago, it worked pretty well, but it keeps every team on their toes, as you can see. They go from a 7 wide receiver set to a 5 wide receiver set just like that. They play no huddle offense. As the Fenton offense shifts back to that 7 wide receiver set.
Big motion. trying to cause confusion on the defense of the Bulldogs. Let's see if it works here. The quarterback keeper definitely gets a couple.
And I don't understand why the Bulldogs don't see that coming. That's exactly what Riverside Brookfield offense did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think Otto Zeman just brought that offense over to Fenton.
Yeah,
as you can see right here, with the 7 back, no one's in the middle. He just goes right up the hole, nearly untouchable until he gets stopped by number 20, Bryce Bartlett.
That looks like a play you do in the playground in flag football, not something you do in a real in a high school football game.
As Holovic is incomplete again, he's putting some pretty good balls on his receiver. Just receivers can't come down with it.
That's dropped by number 22, Alan Geneva.
Havlik is turning his body and adjusting to the defense with the rushing that he's getting, and throwing some pretty good balls. Just the receivers can't get their hands on it.
Yeah, and he almost got sacked too. Oh man, they're going for it, and if they don't convert this, the Bulldogs will have great field position coming back.
Yes, they will. Very risky decision.
It's not an easy 4th down conversion either. 4th and 7.
Wildcat offense looks like they're about to punt.
I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, 22 is their kicker. And yes, they do. They punt.
Trying to catch the Bulldogs.
Fair catch. And Fenton recovers it as the quarterback, Havlik, gets the touchdown. Looks like they're going to... No hands are up. Confusion on the field.
I don't know we don't really know what happened here. There's no hands up signaling touchdown.
The only thing that could be the judge of that play is if, as you can see right here, if we could see if Bartlett actually touched the ball, which he didn't.
He didn't. That was completely defensive.
Number 21, Frank DeLuro, just pushed him out of the way.
And the refs had a good eye to see that one. Oh man, that was nearly. That was inches, fractions of an inch from being a Fenton touchdown.
As they call it, Fenton ball.
That's the type of play Otto Zeman really wants to happen. He probably was working in conjunction with their special teams coordinator there to try to get something to go. And they're saying it's Fenton's ball, but not a touchdown.
Pitches it out as Fenton gets out to the left, gets it to about the 20-yard line.
It's number 32, Shelton Sharkey. That was a good play. The Bulldogs know Otto Zeman. They know he wants to pass a lot. So when it was a fake bootleg, as you see here, you see fake bootleg, and he just pitches it back. And you see he's flying in looking for the quarterback.
Yep, Alan Geneva on that run gets onto the outside and gets about to the 20-yard line. Not a good possession for the Bulldogs, but a good possession for Fenton.
The key for them was 54, Cody Getz, getting a great block on, to seal the edge.
As Havlicich looks to the sideline. He's a good 7 yards back from the line of scrimmage as he fakes the pass.
Then dumps it off. He started so far back from the line of scrimmage, so
he had enough time to get that, and he completes the pass. Number 32, Roman Castellanos.
If he was closer to the line of scrimmage, he would have been in front when he passed, and that would have been considered a forward pass. So he started far enough back so he could run a little bit, then pass it off.
I guess you could say this is kind of a look back to the Bulldogs' offense, because this is just very, I guess you could say, awkward to the Bulldog fans, because they were so used to this offense. Then when Rex took over the Bulldogs, he said no more of that spread offense. And as we get a little taste of it right here.
Oh man, 4 wide receivers again, and the Wildcat.
And 22
keeps it. It looks like they were stopped short of the first down. Knowing Otto Zeman, he may go for it though.
Yep, and they get about a 4th and 1 possession. 22, Alan Geneva on that carry. He's been a pretty good factor for the Fenton Bison so far. And
they're not even taking any players off the field, so they are definitely going for it.
Yeah, Fenton plays that no-huddle offense, so, doesn't give the defense to get a chance to regroup. As they're running that Wildcat again with Geneva in the backfield.
High snap, but he corrals it and gets
Geneva
the first down.
The first down.
The Bulldogs could have gotten that one, but didn't.
As you can see, just the way that offense spreads out the defense, it's very hard to stop the inside.
Especially the way the Bulldogs play defense. They play a lot of man coverage, and it spreads them out. When the men spread out, they spread out. And that was exactly the type of defense this offense was made to combat. So
as Havlicek gets to about the 10-yard line for a short gain for the Fenton Bison.
That was good tackling. You see everyone rush to the play. You know, Huffines, number 8, safety, trying to get in there and get that one.
As the Bulldogs try to stop the Bison here with 3:50 left in the first quarter. You know, Fenton, very even game so far. They're showing the Bulldogs something. We showed them a little something on offense. As the fake to the right again, giving it to Geneva on the outside. Geneva cuts in and gets the touchdown. Touchdown Bison.
You know, in number 28 for the Bulldogs, Vince Sandrick almost had him for a loss of yards, but Geneva is really a speedy devil as he rounded the corner and got in the end zone.
As you can see right here, Havlicek fakes the run, hands it right off without the defense even looking. You can see Sandrick right there. Thought he had him.
Not fast enough to come back, man.
Yep. And as Geneva powers in.
Geneva definitely turned on the Jets.
And looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
And, you know, that's the type of running back the Bulldogs have missed last week, especially after Nick Callahan quit. But to try to combat that, they brought up the running back from the sophomore team, Adolfo Linares, who's a freshman, to try to, you know, combat the loss.
And the powerful pass by Havlicek is completed to number 21, Frank DeLoro. Very good pass right there.
He put that one right on the money.
Yep.
Only the receiver could have gotten that one.
And that makes it 8-0 Fenton Bison over your Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs with 3:30 left in the game clock.
You know, it all goes back to that 4th and 9 that they completed way far back in field, way far on maybe the 30-yard, their own 30-yard line. If they would have gotten stopped there or on the 4th and 1 on the Bulldogs 30-yard line, the game would be 0-0 now, and the Bulldogs would be back on offense.
Yep. As we see what the Bulldogs can do here as Fenton kicks off.
You know, something the Bulldogs really couldn't do last game was return the ball because, you know, the Nazareth kicker was so powerful they couldn't even return the ball. So the Bulldogs are pretty anxious to try to get some better field position than they had last week.
And with the very talented returner in Tyler Floros, you know, it's they'd like to see him get the ball.
Along with Luke Keller, in front of them is Bryce Bartlett. And
Andy Suzuki.
There's Tyler Floros. He's getting ready. He's really anxious. This is what he usually does. And the Bulldogs are switching up.
Yep. Noticing the Fenton kickoff pattern, you know, probably, you know, Coach Reck, they might not have the record to prove it, but he tries, you know. He tries to get the Bulldogs prepared for every game. Just they're playing tough teams. As a little squib kick.
Fielded by Andy Suzuki again. As he
powers through.
He bowled over one guy and got an extra 2 yards because of it.
He did. He just wanted to destroy that Fenton Bison.
It looked like he nearly took off that Bison's head as he ran through.
And as the Bulldogs take the field, they'll have it on their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, you know, the Bulldogs doing a good job running the ball last possession, but I personally would like to see a bit more from their passing game.
Yes.
It was sort of lacking in that first.
Quick handoff to Tyler Floros as he gets stopped right away.
Good defensive line play by the Bison. They really swarmed to the running back and got him down quickly.
You know, the offensive line has showed something this game so far, but, you know, you can kind of see that their size affects how Floros and Beketic and Suzuki gets past. Because, you know, they're big guys, and they have to pretty much get out of the way.
Yeah, you're going down the offensive or defensive lineman chart, you see 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet 2, 6 feet 1.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all pretty big guys.
As Beketic
tip
pass.
That was tip pass, but it did hit the hands of O'Day. He could have gotten that one.
Yep, a little tough pass on the sideline, but, you know, I guess you could say that was catchable, but we'll see what they could do with 39.
Yeah, 3rd and 9. Not a very makeable 3rd and 9, too, and in their own territory.
Yep.
I'd like to see the Bulldogs convert here. You know, last time they had a good pass play to Huffines, it was called back for, I think, holding.
Yep. And as we could see what Beketic does here under center with Floros in the back. 3 spread out wide receivers to the left. Beketic back to pass, looks left, scrambles, and gets sacked 10 yards, about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. No, not a good play to see from for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that really wasn't. The Bulldogs not having a good offensive possession, and they just aren't looking good in the second possession. Hopefully they'll look better on defense than they did last time. It's hard to against the Otto Zeman offense.
You know, he's very creative with his offense, and it's worked so far as the Bulldogs punt team's out.
Yeah, and you see Huff Hines. There's 3 blockers right there, really, really important for Huff Hines.
Yeah.
Making sure there's no block kicks.
Looks
or
like
anything.
the Fenton offense.
Yep.
And he gets it off.
Deep kick.
22, Allen
Takes
Geneva.
Good Bulldog bounce to around the 30-yard line. That was a bomb of a kick for about 60 yards.
Yep. Very good boot by Alex Huffines right there, as we can see what the Bulldogs do here, defending that Otto Zeman offense. You know, let's see, coming off that touchdown last possession, let's see if the Bulldogs can stop here. Something to, motivate them to go into the second quarter, because we're nearing the end of the first quarter with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for the Bulldogs, down 8-0. And then more of the Otto Zeman offense on display with only 3 linemen again.
As Halvicic scrambles, goes right, keeps on cutting, and gets a good gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, maybe not even 2. That was about more 1. That play, I sort of have a question. I have a little bit of a problem with that play. I mean, they look pass, and they run. The Bulldogs have seen that before. Last drive, they did that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
as they move Floros to alignment, Floros on defense right now, as we can see what he can do.
yeah, mostly he's used to being on offense, so we'll see what he does.
See Havlicek in the back getting the play from Otto. Back, cuts in, cuts left, and gets tackled by number 1. That's Dave Swan on the tackle.
Yeah, they're trying to set up the pass with the run here. After 2 straight run plays, they're hoping the Bulldogs will be looking for a run and hit him. They'll hit it. The Fenton Bison will try to hit him with a big pass play.
Yep, as we can see what the Bulldogs do here after a good stop, with Fenton having a 3rd and 5 with 50 seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah, and the moral of that is just to stay disciplined.
Yep.
They just got to stay disciplined against this extremely chaotic. Chaotic's the right word.
Oh, and he got by a bunch of
smashed.
Bulldogs. Suzuki, Swift, all in there for that tackle as they.
Yeah, along with Dave Swan, they all got in there. They just absolutely smashed him, as you'll see right here.
As you can see, the Bulldogs just absolutely get past the Fenton defense as he gets pancaked.
I think those offensive linemen must have been a little fuzzy on the snap count there.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like they touched those 3 guys.
Dave Swan, Mark Swift, and Andy Suzuki.
They came off of corner blitzes, all 3 of them,
yep.
and that's one of the. They were trying to use the Achilles heel of the
Fenton
offense.
Yeah, as you could.
No one was back to return for the Bulldogs there.
I guess they could take that in strength for them with only 3 linemen down. They can just rush whoever they really want and hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah, and the key when you're bringing in extra guys is to keep disciplined in the pass game, because if you don't, it'll end up bad.
Yep. And Bulldog offense is out. They get it at their own 28-yard line. Dylan Beketic under center.
Yeah, and Huffine split out right. Suzuki and Bryce Bartlett in the back.
And Floros gets the quick handoff up the middle and gets a good gain of about 2 yards, and that's the end of the first quarter. So 8-0 Fenton Bison over your Bulldogs, and during this break, we'll take a quick break for these quick messages.
Hello, I'm Tatiana Arizaga, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse Channel 99, Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldogs varsity football. The Bulldogs have 2nd and about 6 on their own 31-yard line.
Quick recap over the first quarter. Bulldogs had a couple good possessions, but couldn't getting to the end zone as Fenton got a good touchdown, making it 8-0, and they actually completed the 2-point conversion.
More recap. Biggest storyline for this week is Otto Zeman is former director of RB Athletics and head coach of the Bulldogs, is now the offensive coordinator for Fenton. So, and you saw a lot of the similar plays that the Bulldogs used to run that the Bison definitely ran.
And I guess you could say that's a good thing for the Bulldogs, but right now it's not looking as a good thing as they kind of can't recollect those plays. As Floros gets tackled he gets a first down.
Wow, it was a good job falling forward after he got tackled. As the handoff from Beketic to Floros was a little rocky.
Yep. And we could see what the Bulldogs do here with their own first down in their own territory at about the 39-yard line. We'd also like to acknowledge that today's sponsor is Dr. Pizza, located in North Riverside, Illinois. And Beketic under center with Floros in the backfield. And
Screen.
tip pass. Number 3 for Fenton, Josh Smith, got his hand up there, just roughed up that play. Didn't look too good at first.
Yeah, I mean he's a tall guy, as you see right here. He's a pretty tall guy, standing at 6 feet, and he just got his hand up there. Good instinct play, watching the quarterback's eyes.
Yep, and even keeping a hand on the wide receiver too.
Absolutely, if the Bulldogs would have gotten that, it may have been a good 10-yard play.
Yep, as the Bulldogs take the ball at the 39-yard line with 2nd and 10, as Beketic lines up under center with number 33, Andy Suzuki, in the backfield. And quarterback keeper with the fake to Suzuki, and Beketic gets smushed back behind the line of scrimmage, but he had forward motion, might give him a yard or two.
Yeah, as you could see, number 73, Freddie Joyner, he was trying to rip that ball out from Beketic. He was expecting Beketic not to have as strong grip as a normal running back, but Beketic, being a quarterback, definitely has a strong grip.
Yep. And let's see what the Bulldogs can do here. 3rd and 9. Floros and Bartlett in the backfield with Beketic under center. As Beketic's back to pass, rolls right.
Good
throws
pocket.
And hits Huffines again.
Huffy, great catch. He got both feet in, too.
As the Bulldogs get a good first down into the Fenton territory.
Yeah, you'll see here, Beketic all the way was just looking for Huffines. He's definitely his go-to guy. You'll see his head hardly even moves. Just looking for Huffines to break open. He did. Good job getting both feet down.
As the Bulldogs in Fenton territory on Fenton's 49, 1st and 10.
Huffines and O'Day split out to the left. Bryce Bartlett and Tyler Floros in the backfield. Hand off to Floros for a good 3 yards. If you get 3 yards, 2 plays in a row, just 3 yards is considered a good
and
play.
The runner on that play.
I don't know, lineman.
Oh, lineman down. As the trainers will take a look at him, and we'll give you the update once we come back from these short messages.
Hi, I'm Haley Bunchak, and you're watching RBTV, your educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
And we're back, and the Bulldog that was down was number 75, Myron Jefferson. Having a lot of struggles getting off the field as they had to call for Tyler Floros and a couple other Bulldogs getting off the field. He's not looking too good. Hurt his right leg.
It looks like definitely either an ankle or hamstring injury or something of that matter, as the trainer is getting ready to look at him.
Yep, he went down hard and they got him up and he tripped over. It didn't look too good. We'll definitely get you the injury report as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you see the band chanting his name. They really want him back. He's a big part of the offensive line for the Bulldogs.
Yep, as the Bulldogs have 2nd and 8 on their own 46. On Fenton's 46, excuse me.
Good play of about another 3 yards.
Yep.
Hand off to Tyler Floros.
gets a good gain. And we'll see what they can do on 2nd and 5.
Tyler Floros has been a big part of the Bulldogs' offensive scheme. You know, he just getting pretty much every handoff.
You know, second period with 9:12 left on the game clock. We can see what the Bulldogs can do here with Beketic under center with a traditional split back offense.
O'Day and Huffy split out left.
Beketic hands it off quick and keeps it.
Ooh.
Caught me there, and he gets a maybe even a loss of about 1 yard.
Yeah, the Bison did a good job of sniffing that one out. And as Beketic comes out off the field, sort of defeated.
And it looks like the punt team is out, and there's another disappointing possession. Looked kind of good at the beginning, but then couldn't finish there.
Yeah, and that's what it played the Bulldogs all season. If they get a good drive, they have a problem either getting into the red zone or getting into the end zone. You know.
Well said. Well said. And we'll see what how Huffy can get how far he can get Fenton back.
It looks like it is a knee injury on Myron Jefferson, as Mr. Fry is working with it. Maybe a dislocated kneecap or something of that sort. As Myron looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Snap back, and it is a fake to number 33, Andy Suzuki. He might come short. He might have got it, though.
They mark it like he's short.
Oh, man.
Disappointing. It was only a yard short, too. Caught the entire Fenton special teams on off balance and off. Not just they weren't ready.
And the Bulldogs did not pick up the first down on the surprising fake punt. You know, got me there.
You know, that looks like they got everyone.
Yeah. As the Fenton offense makes their way onto the field.
You know, see Joey DeMarco, number 4, a key staple of their offense and defense. Mostly defense, though. And as you see him, he's sort of small, but he does a big role for this defense.
Yep.
He had an interception 2 weeks ago in their game, and hoping to get something going with the big passing offense.
Yep, as they have 5 wide receivers out. Havlicek gives a little wing back.
Screen.
Double pass, and number 6, Augie Castellanos, was wide open, and he gets the touchdown for Fenton.
Oh, man, the Otto Zeman offense just boggles the mind.
Yep.
Looks like the Bulldogs had him for a loss, but then he just bombs it down. That was confusing.
We'll see this right here on the replay. You know, Havlicek gives the quick wing pass to number 22, Geneva, and he just sees his open man and hits him.
Mind you, that was a great throw right on the money.
Exactly, yeah.
That was a great throw by a normally running back.
Sign him up. And we'll see what the Fenton Bison do here. Looks like they're going for 2 again. As the quarterback, Havlicek, is staying on the field.
And yeah, you know, why not? I mean, they've been getting their way with the Bulldogs defense so far in this first half.
14-0 with 8 minutes left on the game clock in the second quarter. And flag down the play. False start on the offense. They had too many people in the back. You can't allow that many people to move. That's called an illegal motion, but I guess they just call it false start. And, you know, Fenton's offense is...
They're looking for the play.
Yeah.
And trying to get things going here, trying to get the...
Havlicek's really running the offense there. He is not happy, but we'll see what they can do. Getting pushed back 5 yards. Snap is back. The reverse gets it out to Geneva, and he looks like he's going to be stopped.
And he was stopped.
Late hit. Not surprised to see that
penalty.
flag. Yeah, that's not smart.
Yeah, that was a stupid...
As we can get a replay right here, as you can see the reverse to Geneva. Very close play right there, I might add.
Yeah, Swan almost got to that ball. It looked like he was going to be a handoff, and he pitched it at the last second.
And
as you see, Geneva, well, as you would have seen, Geneva was about to go out of bounds, and he just knocked him out before he, after he stepped out.
Yeah, a little late hit there, and the referees are discussing the call. We'll see what happens.
I think there may have been offsetting penalties.
We'll see what happens.
You know, the Bulldogs, they look pretty good overall today, but, you know, not getting things done.
As we have offsetting penalties. Offset. That's the late hit on the Bulldogs. And those are offsetting penalties. Rec looking out in distress, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, wondering what's going on. And it's going to be Bulldogs' ball as they kick off, because with the offsetting penalties, that means there was pretty much no play.
The Bulldogs were really lucky on that one. They would have gotten a 2-point conversion from pretty manageably close.
Yep. We also like to take this time to acknowledge our sponsor for today's game, Dr. Pizza, located in North Riverside, Illinois, on Cermak in Harlem. As you can see, the band very energetic today for the last game of the season for the Bulldogs, not being able to participate in this year's IHSA playoffs with a, I guess you could say, mediocre record of 2-6.
Yeah, and Fenton's the exact opposite at 6-2.
Yep.
Despite them having the same in-conference record, Fenton had a pretty easy out-of-conference schedule with Maine, West, and Leiden.
Yep. You know, Fenton catching a pretty good break on their schedule, but I guess Coach Rec, you know, they do schedule the games, and Coach Rec really wanted to push the Bulldogs, and you know, I wanted to see this game be a little closer so far, because, you know, playing Nazareth, the Bulldogs had to be a little bit relieved that they're not playing such a good team as Nazareth was.
Yeah, you know, that they do have to be absolutely relieved. As number 22, Geneva, gets ready for the kickoff.
And they do get a penalty for the kick as he kicks off at the 55. And Keller returns it. He looks to the right, running right.
He's fast. Geneva, the kicker, lays down a big hit on him.
Very big hit on Keller. And Keller gets up. He's a very tough kid. And just a really mean hit on him, though.
Yeah, that wasn't dirty, though. That was just a good, clean hit.
Very clean hit. No helmet-to-helmet contact, just good shoulder contact. You know, he just got caught off guard, I guess, as the Bulldog offense takes the field.
You know, and that was you know, Geneva, who was running back, and they had a quarterback on their last touchdown. You know, so we'll see.
As Beketic is under center with Floros in the backfield, as O'Day and Huffines and Verdon are wide receivers split left. Beketic back to pass, rolling right. Sees the receiver but gets stopped and gets sacked by number 3, Josh Smith.
Yeah,
you know,
and he had Verdon wide open. He was looking for him, but he didn't want to try to throw the ball and risk giving up as you see right here, he didn't want to try to throw the ball and risk giving up a big play.
Yeah,
like
and
fumble.
you can see,
See, look, he could have thrown it, but it may have been intercepted or blocked by number 3. And, I mean, he tried to escape.
Yep, as Bulldogs get the ball on their own 15-yard line with 2nd and 15.
Yeah, you know, penalty, I mean, there was a sack, but, you know, sacks are never good. They drop you back so many yards. Nothing. They have so much to recover for the rest of the possession.
Bulldogs do with Beketic under center and flag down on the play. And excuse me, that's a timeout for the Bulldogs. So during this timeout, we'll take a quick break for station identification.
Hello, I'm Kevin Garcia, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast, Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse, Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
All right, we're back for RB football as Bulldogs down 14-0. As you can see, we'll give you a little sneak peek of what just happened. And this was in the early in the game as Fenton's quarterback, Halvicic, gets pounded by a group of Bulldogs. As Bulldogs get the ball, Beketic back to pass, launches it to Verdon, and picked off on the tip pass. That's number 11, Adam Kadlick, as he cuts back left and gets to about the 15-yard line, 10-yard line, as flags are everywhere on the field.
Oh man, I wonder. It was after the player on the tackle. So
as you can see on the replay right here, Beketic sees Verdon. Very good pass, but a little high as it's tipped away, and Kadlick picks it right off.
If you're gonna throw a pass over the middle, make it low and not high if you're gonna miss, because that can happen.
That's the consequence for that, and it's Fenton ball.
You know, as you see, there was a flag, but it was.
Looks like it's still going to be Fenton ball.
Yeah, it is still Fenton ball
They just
because
got
it was
pushed back.
on the tackle after the interception.
Yep.
If it would have been on the interception, like during the interception, then it would have been RB ball, but it was on the tackle afterwards, so.
Yes, and Fenton get the ball in Bulldog territory, about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:40 left in the game clock. And back to their ace.
Geneva.
Yep.
But the ace could not get any yards there.
No,
the Bulldogs made a good possession.
We were talking, as many of you can see, Geneva is really the center of Fenton's team. You can say one player's the center of their offense, one center's a player of their defense, but he's been pretty good on defense. He's been very,
Effective.
present on even kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, he's their kicker, and he laid down a big hit on the last kickoff.
As Havlicek fakes the pass and goes right up the middle and gets stopped by number 19, Justin Agnew.
Good tackle by Justin Agnew. I mean, that was just good physical football.
Yep.
Again, not an illegal tackle, just good hit.
Yep, and that'll make it 3rd and 15.
And he had so much momentum on that hit that it laid, Havlicek back a couple of yards.
As Havlicek gets the snap, looks and sees his man, and incomplete to number 21, Frank DeLuro.
He had him wide open.
Yep.
It was just incomplete.
Yep, a little tough play, a little low of a throw. As you can see right here, as Havlicek throws, sees his man.
If you look at his release, it's just low, and you see how the spiral's not as tight.
Yep.
And he just held onto the ball, and it tailed a little bit afterwards, and tailed down into the
As
ground.
we'll see what they do. Havlicek back in the backfield with 4th down. Looks to pass. Gets bombarded. Throws it to number 22. That's the ace. That's Geneva. As he gets the 1st down and more.
Oh, man. It looked like we had him, but then he just makes, as you'll see right here, I mean, it looks like we have him. He's stepping up a little bit. And
Havlicek
we have
made
him
a good
from
play.
both sides, but good blocking by 55, and just escaped number 55 on the Bulldogs.
Chris Duplanich.
Duplanich doing a good job getting to the quarterback, but you got to give props to Havlicek for getting that pass off.
Very, very good play by Fenton. Overall offense. As we'll see what they do here with the Wildcat offense. Geneva in the backfield as he cuts right, then cuts back left.
DeMarco couldn't get the tackle.
Gets the 1st down.
Yeah, you really can't arm tackle Geneva like DeMarco tried to here. You just can't. He's too strong and too fast.
Yep. And that was a pickup about 6 yards. Excuse me, it was actually 1st and goal. So that makes it 2nd and about 6.
Yeah, and with the score is 14-0 Bison with 4:53 left in the 2nd quarter.
And we'll see what Fenton does here as Havlicek is back to pass. Hits Geneva. Geneva cuts back left and gets a little short, but flagged down the play. Hold up. We'll see what they call.
It's possibly holding here on the Bison.
Legal block on the offense for Fenton. So Bulldogs caught a little break there.
Yeah,
as you can see right here as he passes it, and maybe we'll take a quick peek. Yep, right there. There's the illegal block as he kind of like laid on the Fenton offender.
You mean the Bulldog defender? There was a penalty on Fenton.
Oh, yes.
And, it sends him way, way back. It's 2nd and goal, but it's not even close to the end zone on the 17-yard line.
Yeah, good 15-yard penalty right there. As we'll see what the Bulldogs can do. Havlicek in the backfield with that 7-yard difference between him and the line.
Yeah, we'll see here. No, he likes getting way deep in the shotgun as there's a timeout, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Lauren Glass, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T Uverse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldogs varsity football. The Bulldogs are behind the Bison 14-0, with the Bison dominating the scoring in this game and threatening to score again with 4.5 left in the second quarter.
Yep, and Fenton offense with 2nd and goal. Havlicek cuts and gets rid of a couple of defenders, passes it off, and hits his man, number 2, Joe Butts.
Yeah, the Bulldog defenders really need to be disciplined. It's hard to cover a man for 7 seconds like they had to do there, but they need to be a bit more disciplined on their coverage. They can't just stop covering someone because they think it's a sack.
Yep, and we also like to remind you, you're watching RBTV, your educational network. I'm Tyler Campbell, and with me is Andrew Pilvatsky. We also want to remind you that the second quarter action is brought to you by our sponsor, Dr. Pizza. Yep, and Bulldogs down 14-0 with 3:39 left in the game clock. Not looking too good right now.
No, it is not. The Bulldogs are trying to help on defense as Fenton is knocking on the door. Timeout, Fenton. That's the second timeout so far, and we'll be back with after a couple messages.
Hello, I'm Ryan Gradishar, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T Uverse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldogs varsity football. And the Bulldogs just made a very crucial 3rd and goal stop while we were on break.
Yep, as Havlicek got stopped at about the 18-yard line, and a timeout for the Bulldogs. Another timeout, and we'll be right back with these quick messages.
And Havlicek looks to be injured his hand, so we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Kevin Kraus, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T Uverse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
And welcome back to RB football. Your Bulldogs are down 14-0 over the Fenton Bison.
Yeah, and Havlicek just went and has his hand a little injured.
Yep.
As he's having a hard time. And there's Marion Jefferson finally going to the locker room after getting injured early in the second quarter.
And refs calling for a stop and timeout, Fenton.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Yes.
We'll be right back after more messages.
Hello, I'm Corey Kahinka, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T Uverse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back again to Bulldogs varsity football. Your Bulldogs are down to the Bison 14-0. Here's a pass from the first quarter. It's a great pass by Beketic, rolling out. Good protection by the offensive line, and he hits Huffhines. A tall, lanky Huffhines goes up and gets it down to the 10-yard line. But
yeah, we'd like to see more of that out of the Bulldog offense.
And despite being on the opponent's 10-yard line, the Bulldogs could not convert after going for it on 4th down forcing to turn over the ball to Fenton.
As you can see, the awkward Fenton offense as Havlicek is back to pass, tosses it up, and I don't know about that. That looked like a little bit of dirty play for DeMarco, but no flag down.
You know, DeMarco's a really smart receiver. He's been in the game since he was 5 years old and playing Pee Wee leagues, and so I have a feeling he knows what's legal and what's not. You know, he's a veteran when it comes to football, and he did a good job. I guess the refs say that was just a good physical play, which forces a turnover on downs, very similar to the one the Bulldogs faced early in the first quarter.
Yep, and it's Bulldogs ball. Good to see right here in the late second quarter.
You know, it would be great if the Bulldogs could score here, just even get 3 on the board with 3:15 left, because after the second quarter ends, next half, the Bulldogs have to kick off to Fenton.
Yep, and Bulldogs reverse, and that's Verdon makes it out to the 25-yard line. That's a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, you know, it was a great 10-yard run. You saw the whole linebacking crew of the Fenton collapse on the running back.
As you can see right here, you know, the Bulldogs faking it to the left. Beketic hands it off, and Verdon gets outside.
Man, he even fooled our cameraman there. Floros was lying on the ground hurt and lying on the ground pretending to have the ball.
Yep. That's a smart play right there by the Bulldogs.
You know, the Bulldogs showing they can do a little trickery of their own.
Yep, and it gets called back as a penalty on the Bulldogs, forces the ball to come back, and that'll make it first and about 12 yards.
Again, penalties are killing the Bulldogs.
Yep. Excuse me, that's 2nd and 12 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
You know, it's just not looking good for the Bulldogs now. Every time they get something going, it always ends up bad. So hopefully they can get a little bit momentum back. Along with that sending the Bulldogs back, it wastes time off the clock when something like that happens. The down marker, I mean, you don't get, it's not a loss of down, but it's a loss of time, especially this late in the, second quarter. Almost about a minute away from the 2-minute warning.
Yep, ref's hands down, play clock's running, Beketic under center, Floros in the backfield. Beketic fakes handoff and is getting bombarded by Fenton Bison, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 3 yards.
Yeah, you know, that could have been a loss of about 5 or 6, but he did a good job escaping a Bison lineman.
Yep, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here with 3rd down.
And that is actually, 3rd down and very, very long. Excuse me, 2nd down and very, very long. As Bryce Bartlett is coming to the game. You know, he hoping to provide a little bit of a spark for the Bulldogs.
Yep, as Beketic gives the Bulldogs the play. Fenton Bison showing a lot here at Shuey Stadium.
Huffine split out to the right. O'Day also split out to the right.
Beketic back to pass again. Into the end zone. Gets it off and incomplete. You know, just trying to get it off there. A little dangerous getting close to the end zone, the opposite end zone.
You know, I don't quite agree with that play calling. Beketic isn't amazing on the run. You know, he's a better pocket passer.
Yep.
But, so they're trying to force it upon him. Maybe he should have just stood in the pocket there and tried to deliver at least, if not a first down, something close to it.
Yep.
And now it's 3rd and long instead of 3rd and short. If that would have been completed.
And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here with 3rd down and about 14 yards to go. And timeout is called for the Bulldogs. One more bites the dust. And we'll be right back after this quick messages.
Hello, I'm Jordan Manis, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T UVerse, Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldogs varsity football. The Fenton Bison are ahead of the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs, 14-0. The Bulldogs will be facing a 3rd and long on their own 13-yard line.
Yep, and we'll see what Bulldogs can do here. You know, not looking too good in the first half, 14-0. with about 2 minutes left before the second half. We'll see if they can get anything going.
Yeah, you'll see the Bulldogs taking their time, using full advantage of their timeout. As the Bulldogs are trying to get out to the line of scrimmage before play clock expires. Fresh play clock with the timeout. Never mind.
And Bulldogs will have the ball, 3rd and 13, on their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out for the Bulldogs. They look to be in their normal 2-back set. No wide receivers out there. For a 3rd and long play, this isn't. 2 wide receivers split out left. Huffy and O'Day, they're both split out very far left, with the ball being on the right hash. No wonder I didn't see him here in the booth.
As Beketic, quick handoff.
Is absolutely stuffed by your Fenton lineman.
Bryce Bartlett got the handoff there, had nowhere to go.
You really can't blame that on Bryce Bartlett. You really have to put that one on the good defensive lineman play of the Fenton Bison and the good play the bad play calling. But wait, looks like, never mind. They're going for punt here on 4th and long. You don't want to go for it, especially this close to your opponent's end zone.
Snap back to Huffines.
Let's hope this takes a fever.
Short punt.
Oh, man, it does not take a Bulldogs bounce either.
And Suzuki gets a hand on it, and Keller stops the ball at about the 38-yard line. And the Fenton Bison will start off in their own territory.
Yeah, it does not take a favorable bounce for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Let's see how they mark it up here, but yeah, not good. The great field position for the Bison, though. They hope they take advantage of this one, starting at the 45-yard line. Let's hope that you can get another look at. Maybe they're actually, the Bison are trying to score one more time. They have a minute left before the start of the second half, and they get the ball back right after the second half. So, if they can put even 3 on the board, it gives them a big advantage.
You could say luck's on their side as Helvicic back to pass, throws it,
intercepted.
And that's picked off by Joey O'Day.
Joey O'Day, mostly known for his wide receiver job, but a great cornerbacking job. Completely jumped here. Here you can see right here, he completely jumped the route.
Read the quarterback. He had a lot of time too to read that.
I mean, the quarterback was staring right at the receiver and made it not that great of a pass. O'Day trying to, he did a great job of just jumping the route and looking at the quarterback's eyes and seeing where he's going too.
Yep, right there. So the Bulldogs will have a chance to score before the end of the first half with 55 seconds left on the game clock. Fenton up 14-zip. It's Beketic's under center with Floros.
Oh, man, that was almost intercepted right back by number 34 on the Bison. That's Gervonta Walls.
And Bulldogs, not catching a lot of breaks on their offensive side. Passing game's not looking too good. Running game's really not doing too much for them right now.
Yeah, and where we want the running game to do a bit better.
Yep.
As we'll see here, let's see. Beketic's coming out with the play, along with Verdon also coming out to join the offense as Bryce Bartlett's coming out. I really don't think we've seen enough of Bryce Bartlett this game. He had a great game against Nazareth, and despite the Bulldog loss, but we're not really seeing that much of him.
As Beketic's back to pass, looks left, rolls left, tosses it and hits Huffines, but Huffines drops the pass.
A rare drop.
Down.
I think that Huffines was too concerned about getting a big hit on him.
Yep. As you can see right here, Beketic lays the pass right on him as he rolls left.
Good job moving his feet,
squaring
up. Yeah, good job. And you see, look at he moves his head towards the guy who's about to hit him. And what was, I don't know what the call was, and it was holding on the that was pass interference
on
Fenton, or holding, or some sort of that call, as the ball was moved way far up, maybe 10 or 20 yards up, maybe 15, I think.
And Bulldogs will have the ball close to their own territory and close to Fenton's territory on their own 49-yard line.
Maybe that's the spark they need. I mean, if they get a touchdown here, That'd be very beneficial. They'll pull within 7 as
Beketic slips back.
And this is not the NFL, so if a player carrying the ball goes down, he cannot get up and run, even if no one touches him. Kotrek is yelling to spike the ball.
Yep, with 32 seconds left. Beketic will most likely see a spike or a knee.
Or just get going.
Yep, spike right there.
Yeah, we'll see. That's just stop. The spike is mostly just to stop the clock. You know, it's not trying to run a real play.
Yep,
they're just trying to stop the clock, and because of the incomplete pass rule, it stops the clock.
Yep, Bulldogs have 2nd and 14. Looking for a good possession here to get a good leap into the second half.
And it won't be easy. It's a 3rd and very, very long. You know,
as Huffines and O'Day spread out left. As Swift gets the pass on the opposite side of the field, and Swift sees open field, and he gets out there and a flag down the play towards his line of scrimmage.
Hopefully not holding or anything of that sort. That would bring that play back.
As you can see right here, maybe we can see a little bit of the penalty. That
was a good play. They had their whole offense, the defense all shifted left, and they went out to the right to Swift, who did a good job of getting upfield.
And looks like it's going to be a block in the back.
Oh, that's a bad penalty. The penalty wasn't even close to the play. That was not a very smart play by number 25, Tyler Floros.
Yep, you know, he was trying to get a lead block for Mark Swift, and the defender just turned around and, you know, got the best of Floros.
And, you know, now instead of a first down, that becomes a 3rd and extremely long. Maybe a 3rd and...
about 22.
22, yeah.
23. 3rd down, 23 as Beketic drops back to pass. Has a lot of room. Gets rid of the defense. Huffines gets the catch. An acrobatic catch right there.
Oh, man, and giving himself, because he's also the punter, better position to pin them deeper.
Yep.
I mean, they didn't get him the first down.
As we can see right here, you know, Beketic has a lot of room in the pocket, you know. Cuts a little bit in.
A lot of time.
And then cuts right, sees Huffines.
And
throws
this
the ball.
Acrobatic catch you'll see here by Huffines. Tips it and barely keeps both feet in.
Yeah, very good.
He was staring down at his feet while he caught the ball just to make sure that they're both in bounds.
As Bulldogs, of course, will be going for it with 4 seconds left.
Why wouldn't they? And they have 5 wide receivers out. Oh, boy.
And Beketic is pancaked by number 73 on Fenton. That's Freddie Joyner. And that'll wrap up the first half. Fenton up 14-0 over your Bulldogs. So during the half, we'll take a quick break for messages.
Hello, I'm Joe Marino, and you're watching RBTV, your 24-hour educational network. Watch RBTV on Comcast Channel 16, on AT&T U-verse Channel 99 Brookfield, and watch online at www.rbtv.tv. Just click on Watch RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldog Varsity Football. The Bulldogs are down by Fenton Bisons, 14-0. Just a reminder, your third quarter action is sponsored by Dr. Pizza. Here are a couple of key replays that took place in that first half.
As you can see right here, number 7 passes it out to their key player for Fenton. It seems like 22 Genova, and he just whips it down. And you know, the spread offense really shows how that can affect the defense as it spreads out that defense so much, and you can see Keller really can't do anything about that because he thought it was going to be a run play.
And he's one of the fastest guys on the Bulldog team, and he even couldn't keep up to the wide receiver.
Yep. And
Bulldogs just getting ready for the second half action to begin.
And we can see right here for Bulldogs highlight in the first half, you can see Dylan Beketic, their quarterback, passes it out, and he gets that little quick step to the middle, peels out to the right, and he sees Huffines. And Huffines right here, as you can see, doesn't get a hand on it, and he gets his 2 feet in, makes that catch, but sadly the Bulldogs were stopped, and it still remains 14-0 Fenton. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. They'll start off on defense as Santi Beltran, the Bulldogs kicker, number 9, will kick off to Fenton's.
Yeah, and with the Bulldogs not scoring and with Fenton kicking off, this is Santi's first action in today's game.
Yep, and so we'll see what happens.
He's a soccer player and he has a really big leg. Hopefully he can kick this one out of the back of the end zone. There's no wind blowing, so maybe he can definitely make this one go away.
Only a sophomore, too. As the onside kick.
Right to Fenton. And the guy smartly does not try to take it any farther and just fell down on it.
Yep, that was 45 Datfus, as he takes it smart, gets the ball, and falls right down. As it'll be Fenton ball in their own territory about the 46-yard line.
Coach Reich, for how conservatively he's known with the 2-back offense, really does like to throw in a lot of onside kicks. That's his one quirk. It's the minor version of the big variation offense.
Yep, as you can see, Otto Zeman's offense is out on the field, and it's a very spread offense. Most likely like the Bulldog offense a couple years ago, as number 7, Halvicic, is back. A little pitch off. Number 2, Joe Butts, as he gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He runs into his own player.
Yep.
He runs into 78, Rocky Ramos. That was a good play. If he wouldn't have ran into his own player, he may have gotten a couple more yards than he did.
Kind of funny play there. Halvicic just didn't have anywhere to go, so he kind of just shovel passed it off to his player.
We couldn't really tell. That's the thing about this. You couldn't even tell that was designed or not.
As he gets it off and makes his pass complete, it's number 21, Frank DeLuro.
And that was for a good 10 yards, making it 3rd and 2.
No, good play right there. Halvicic got outside. Yep, as you can see right here, he makes that. He makes this a play as he cuts in, gets outside, and with that 7-yard back, he has enough room to go up and make a running play as he gets that ball.
Yeah, and he's really good at driving the ball forward when he already has forward momentum himself. Again, he starts 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That could work to the Bulldogs' advantage if they get to him, they can sack him for a big loss, as they have done in the past.
And fumble ball.
Bulldogs recovered.
And that's definitely a fumble. That's definitely Bulldogs ball. He definitely had possession.
And that's Joey O'Day recovered the fumble. That was a fantastic.
As you can see right here, Halvicic gets that ball off. He gets possession. That's a forced fumble by Suzuki, and O'Day is right there to pick it up.
Suzuki, best player on the Bulldogs defense, coming up huge. The Bulldogs' second fumble of the game.
But O'Day coming in strong with the defense too. Have that good pick in the first half, and now he just had a good fumble recovery. As Beketic, quick handoff to Tyler Floros for.
Oh no, he doesn't. He keeps it himself.
And
And he's
Beketic
out.
pulls everybody. He is not going to stop. He's going in for a touchdown, and he gets the touchdown.
Touchdown Bulldogs.
He fooled me. He got me pretty hard.
He fooled the camera. He fooled everybody there.
As Floros is back by the line of scrimmage. As you can see right here, Beketic shoves that ball right into Floros' gut, just keeps it, no one sees it, and he makes a good move. Great play by Beketic as he gets in the open field.
And you saw number 3, Josh Smith, would have had a clean hit on him, but he stopped because he didn't think Beketic had the ball.
And it's a penalty on the Bulldogs.
Oh, man. After such a good play.
The crowd is not pleased, and I can guarantee you Beketic is giving the offense a bit of a word right now.
Yeah, I bet he's giving them a mouthful after hitting. That was an awesome play. Brought back again. Second big play the Bulldogs have run that was brought back by a penalty. You can see him, he's absolutely screaming at his players right now. Not do that again, because that was disappointing.
And Beketic under center with Bartlett and Floros in the backfield. O'Day and Huffine split out left as he hands it off to Floros. Floros gets stopped on the left side of the field.
Forward possession doesn't mean a loss. Actually, it still is, even with forward possession.
As you can see right here, here's the play again. And you can see right there, a lot of holding going on in the play.
And there,
right
I think that's the holding that
Grigoletti, the freshman.
Grigoletti. And, I mean, if he wouldn't have held him, Beketic would have gotten stopped.
Yep.
But that still would have been a first down.
Yep. What can you do now? Water under the bridge. We'll see what will happen.
Yeah, let's hope it is, as Huffine split out right. Floros runs for about 2 yards or 3 yards. Ball is going to be spotted at around the 51-yard line, which will make it a 3rd and 8.
Floros, providing a couple of short yardage as Fenton's lineman. Number 55, Josh Carrasquillo, is a little shaken up, as you can see front line of the defense as Bulldogs make it out to the line.
Yeah, and if he was injured, that would be awful. I mean, he's a very squat, 6 feet, 265 pounds.
As Beketic's back to pass, lofts it up, short to O'Day.
It was either short to O'Day or over Swift's head. You couldn't really tell who he was passing because it was right between both of them.
And the punt team is out for the Bulldogs. Another disappointing possession.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really wish they could have had that one back.
Beketic's got to be very, down on himself, after that great, 50-yard run. And then not getting a first down.
Yeah, and that wasn't his fault. I mean, that was all on the offensive lineman. And you see Grigoletti getting chewed out by one of the coaches down there, talking about blocking.
And a missed snap.
Huffines just diving on it.
Hopefully we can see a replay on that.
Let's see. Suzuki looking just disappointed. He's just angry.
And as you can see right here on the missed snap, Huffines goes back, thinks he has it, dives for the ball.
He almost misses it.
Oh, man, so close as the Fenton defense almost got to that ball.
I mean, if he would have recovered it, he probably would have dove on it anyway, and the ball would be around the same spot anyway.
Yeah, Fenton has the ball at good position in Bulldogs territory, about the 22-yard line.
Otto Zeman, former Bulldogs head coach, just doing a good job of working the Bulldogs defense.
As the pass is completed to number 21, Frank DeLuro, as he gets a first down and more.
Some sloppy tackling, but that doesn't mean anything because DeLuro is just absolutely a monster.
As you can see right now, Havlicek has a lot of time to get that ball off. Throws it to DeLuro, and he gets it, makes a good move, and gets a first down.
I mean, that pathetic little leg tackle isn't going to do anything. The guy's a big dude at 6'6". He cannot do anything.
Yep. As Havlicek in the 7-yard back. Little twitch pass.
Bubble screen to, again,
and
Genova.
Genova's in for the touchdown. Touchdown Fenton.
Oh, man, that widens the gap even further.
I hate to say it.
There's a flag on the play, though.
And it'll be held back, but we can see right here how easy that play was as, Genova makes that quick cut outside.
When they ran away from Andy Suzuki after his great recovery. Oh, boy, it looks like their quarterback is a little hurt. His knee, he's slightly limping, and he was holding his knee. So, never good when someone gets hurt, but maybe the Bulldogs can take advantage of this.
Yep, and we'll see what Fenton does here with first down and goal all the way back at the 18-yard line.
So, yeah, we'll see here.
Havlicek gets the snap, fakes the pass, and gets tackled, maybe even tripped up by Tyler Floros.
Tyler Floros just shoved his head into the ground. I mean, the quarterback for Fenton, Sean Havlicek, had nothing to do here, as you'll see. He looks to go forward, but Floros, normally a running back, has a lot of speed and just shoved him to the ground.
Yep. As you can see, Havlicek just kind of got, quicked up in that kind of mess. So as Fenton gets the ball, back to pass, rolling right, throws it up. Intercepted by the Bulldogs. And that's a touchback. The Bulldogs will get at the 20-yard line. Yep. So instead of Fenton putting up 7, you'll see right here Kevin Garvey on the coverage on that wide receiver as Havlicek peels right, kind of tosses it up, hoping for the best. And the good defense and cornering by Kevin Garvey gets up and holds on to that ball for the interception.
And it was a good job because the wide receiver, Frank DeLora, was trying to knock it out of his hands as he was going to the ground. Offense became defense there towards the end.
Yep, and the Bulldogs have the ball at the 20-yard line as Beketic calls for motion. Mark Swift going to the right.
Expect to run right here.
Snaps back and
tried to run just inside the tackle, trying to get something going, but nothing.
I still don't understand why they keep on doing that. They really haven't had that great success in these short little runs.
Yeah, they're trying to grind out some time and try to keep the Fenton offense off the field, but at some point you got to score some points.
Exactly.
I mean, if don't keep on running something because it's obviously not working. They haven't scored any points yet. They just got to throw the ball.
I have nothing against Coach Reck. He's a great coach, but with 14-0 in the second half, if nothing's working, you gotta do something to get your team winning. Make a couple of different calls.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens here as still same formation, split backs. Huff Hines out right, O'Day out left.
Beketic
back to pass. Oh, behind Huff Hines. Maybe that's not why they're passing it. Maybe Beketic's sore or he's having just off tonight or something because he really hasn't been completing a lot of passes.
The weather, below 50 degrees, it's got to be a little tough to grip that ball and throw it.
Well, I mean, it looks like the Fenton players aren't having any problems as they're up 14-0. Now the long snapper getting some work.
Yep.
And Beketic hoping to get something going here.
Yep, 2nd and 20. 7:17 left on the third quarter game clock. 14-0, Fenton Bison.
It looks like it could be either encroachment or false start.
Yep, we'll see.
That's encroachment on the Bison, so looks like the Bulldogs will catch a little bit of a break here and move them a tiny bit closer to the first down marker.
Yep, and so it'll be 2nd and 15.
Yeah, 2nd and 15, a lot more manageable than 2nd and 20.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so, they don't have to get it all in one big gulp here on this second down play, but they want to get close.
As Beketic gets the snap, he rolls right, launches the ball up.
Huff Hines makes a great catch.
That's a good play by Huff Hines right there, getting the pass completed. Beketic, firing in there. As you can see right here, Beketic rolling right. We've been doing that a lot today. Squares up his body, sets his feet right there, you see, and fires that ball right into Huff Hines' hands.
Yeah, it wasn't a perfect spiral, but it got where it needed to go. Huff Hines is a great receiver, but let's focus on Beketic a little bit. Beketic, he is not very good on the run. When he's running, he cannot throw the ball very accurately, as most quarterbacks, even in the NFL, can't. But when he is out of the pocket, he's better. If he sets his feet, you can't throw on the run, but if he's out of the pocket and sets his feet, he's better than if he was in the pocket.
Beketic kind of resembles maybe a Drew Brees kind of quarterback. He's a little shorter.
Yeah, he's not a very big guy. He's only 5'11".
As Beketic's under center with Bartlett and Floros in the backfield in that split back offense. Beketic hands it off to Bartlett.
And they get the first down off a middle run on 3rd and 4.
Yep. And Bulldogs will have a first down. A little life showing.
Yeah, let's hope. They get a good series, but just to put this in perspective, they're only on their own 30-yard line.
And they're only down 14-0.
That's a good point. If they get a touchdown here, they're only down a touchdown.
Lots of football to be played.
Yeah, it only is the third quarter.
Yep. And so Beketic's under center. Quick handoff to Floros as Floros does not have the ball, actually. Beketic got the ball, and he gets stopped for a short gain.
May have almost been better if Floros got the ball.
Yeah.
He got about 5 yards ahead of Beketic, where Beketic was spotted down. And it'll be around the 2nd and 8 here.
And so we got 5:40 left in the game clock. 0-14, Fenton Bison over your Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs. And Beketic back to pass. Lofts it up.
Hits Huffines.
Lead it to Huffines again.
That was way behind him, but Huffines made a great catch.
Yep.
One of his many today. You know, and Bulldogs starting to move down the field. Here we're going to get this replay back. And see Huffines just making this great catch behind the body. Yep. He's going the other way and snags it in. Because if he did not make that catch, there was a Fenton cornerback just waiting to intercept that one.
Yep, Beketic kind of put that pass right where no one can catch, right where the defense can get it there.
Almost where no one can catch it.
As Beketic gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw or he just saw some open field. But Beketic tried to run, and he did have some open field. He just got tripped up, and he had a couple of men downfield. They were looking deep past there, and Huffines comes out of the game for a play. So it looks like they may be going run here, as number 32 for the Bulldogs, Shelton Sharkey, comes in to
play a little wide receiver.
Play a little wide receiver.
As Beketic under center. Calls motion, Tyler Floros going left. Beketic, quick handoff to Bartlett.
Bryce Bartlett.
And flag down on the play.
I don't know if it was a false start or holding or what, but we'll see here. It was called by the judge way out to the right. I don't know what he's signaling, but let's see.
Penalty goes against the Bulldogs.
I don't know what the call was, but
still on the stop again.
Let's see what the refs call here.
Let's see what the call is.
Illegal shift against the Bulldogs.
Illegal motion on the Bulldogs, it looks like. I don't know, they must have had some problems with Tyler Floros. I don't know what exactly, but must have had some problems with Tyler Floros coming across.
Yeah, before the ball is hiked, Tyler, if he is in motion, he has to stop. He has to be completely stopped in a complete destination before they can call that play.
Yeah, you know, that's stupid penalties. I mean, instead of oh man, they got O'Day overthrows him. I don't know about that play call. I mean, Coach Rex does not look happy about that, screaming at Beketic, throwing his arms up in the air like, what was that? I mean, he almost had that, you know. He had O'Day. O'Day had a good foot and a half separation, and Beketic couldn't just make the throw. Now, the only problem with that play was Beketic, it would have been good if he completed it, but he didn't, and now the Bulldogs face a not very easily manageable 3rd and 14.
Yep, this play on their own 37-yard line. Beketic under center with Bartlett and Floros as usual in the background. Beketic back to pass, gets hit as he throws and almost picked off.
Yeah.
Number 2, Joe Butts.
Yeah, Joe almost picking that off. And Beketic got hit. That's never a good feeling when your arm gets hit as you're coming through. Especially if you get blindsided like that. I mean, it's really important, especially the people, as Beketic is a right, the people on the left side of the line need to stay strong, especially in one of those certain passing downs where there's no possible way he's going to run that.
Indeed. So we'll see what the Bulldogs do here. They are punting. Huffines in the back. Snap back. Rolling right, gets the punt off. Pretty well-placed punt.
Good, very well-placed punt. Good bounce.
And it'll be stopped.
Inside the 20-yard line. Not the best field position for Fenton, so if the Bulldogs can stop him, hopefully they can get something going.
Fenton will take it 1st and 10 for the Bison.
So it'll be Fenton ball on Bulldog in their own territory on the 17-yard line. 3:53 left in the 3rd quarter. 14-0, Fenton Bison.
Yeah, and Fenton Bison are looking pretty good. I mean, they're looking good, but they haven't put any points up since the the middle of the 2nd quarter.
Yep. So, you know, a lot of motion going on in Fenton, trying to cause confusion.
You know, they started the game with a lot of motion, but they didn't. Oh man,
Halvicic.
They got a blocker.
Gets outside. Good block on number 6, Augie Castelentos. Put a good block on a Bulldog defender. Caused some more yardage.
after a pickup of 9.
Yeah, it's a great springing block by the wide receiver, too. It's hard for a wide receiver, especially a small one like the one Fenton has, to block a big linebacker. But he did a really good job of blocking him as Havlich will try to get something going here.
Havlich hands it off to number 22, Genova.
Genova cuts it back and gets the first down. And more, maybe about a 6-yard gain.
And Bulldogs at the face, another first down. As you can see right here, Genova gets that handoff, looks for outside, but then cuts back inside right there. And
he saw something he didn't like outside, and he didn't feel confident enough in his lead blocker to finish off that play.
Yep, I guess it was a good call by him. They got the first down, 5 more. And number 32, Roman Castellanos, gets a good gain of about 2 yards.
And the Bulldogs trying to stop him. That was a pretty good play by the Bulldogs, limiting them to only 2 yards. But the Bulldogs really need to tighten up on defense a little bit, because the Bison are pretty much getting their way as of late.
And so it'll be 2nd down and 8. Fenton's own 35.
Swift tracing down Havlich.
Havlich
dumps it off.
And a complete pass, kind of just got it off to, get not allow loss of yardage.
Yeah, he didn't want to take the sack, so he just dumped it off. And the incomplete pass means they go back to the line of scrimmage instead of from where he threw it.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll try to see the Bulldogs make a very crucial 3rd and 8 stop here. This is going to get a little intense. I mean, if the Bulldogs make the stop, they'll end up with a pretty good field position on Fenton's punt. But if they don't, this may not turn out so well.
As Havlich cuts left,
has room. Intercepted! O'Day!
O'Day again, that's his 2nd interception of the day.
O'Day doing everything, covering a fumble, and has 2 interceptions, showing up more on defense than offense, surprisingly. Look at this. Number 1 for the Bulldogs, Swan almost gets him down, then the quarterback gets pursued by Swift. He has to make a throw on the run, and O'Day saw that one coming all the way.
O'Day in the right places at the right time today.
Yeah, and Justin Ackman also made a couple good key covers to make sure that to force Havlich on the other team to throw to the receiver.
Yep.
Then
and Beketic back to pass, tosses up to Huffines, and Huffines almost has a one-handed grab but drops the ball.
Yeah, I think he may have been able to get that with 2 hands. I'm not sure why he was trying to one-hand it. Maybe it was a spur of the moment try to grab it, but I don't know if he could have gotten that one too.
So we'll see what will happen here with 2nd and 10. Bulldogs ball in Fenton territory, 34-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see here. And let's see, Beketic back and 3 wide receivers split to the left.
Floros in the backfield. Play clock running down. Beketic keeps the ball.
May have almost been better if Floros got that ball there again. I don't know about this, the short running by either Floros or Beketic. It's not really working out. He made a good pass to Huffines. He made a good pass to Huffines, and Huffines tried to pull that in, but couldn't this time. Let's see if we can get it done next time.
So with 3rd and 10 on Bulldogs on 34 as Beketic drops back, rolls right, cuts back again, and
it's nearly intercepted twice off the hands of Huffines. As I said before in the program, if you're going to throw over the middle, if you're going to miss, throw low, don't throw high. And that's the second one that was almost intercepted off the tip pass. Here's a replay. Beketic rolling back, escapes pressure, and has a man open with Huffines, but overthrew him and then
twice.
Oh man, both those Fenton safeties wish they could have had that one back.
Yep, as it'll be Bulldog ball still 4th and 10. They're going to go for it. They're on their own 34. Beketic back to pass. Goes in and gets tackled. Man. Once again, another disappointing Bulldog possession. That'll be a turnover on downs. That'll be Fenton ball. As you can see right here, Beketic sees nothing. Looks like it's about to be a pass play. Tries to go right, sees his defenders coming, and then tries to make something happen.
Beketic really could have rolled out left before. If you saw those 2 defenders bearing in on him, there was no one open no one around him on the left side, and he had a receiver open. So I don't know if that may have been questionable play calling, not questionable play calling, questionable decision making by Beketic.
So Fenton will have the ball. They're running a Wildcat, and that's number 2, Joe Butts. Gets a good gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, and Butts doing a good job getting going, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. They had a really good defensive possession the last 3 times, and we'll see if they can get another turnover or just a stop.
Yeah, a stop period. That's what they need.
It's a turnover is good, but a stop would be nice too, because it'll give the offense more time to rest, because the offense is just gassed.
Play clock running down with 2 seconds left as they get it off in time.
And quick dump-off pass to number 32, excuse me.
With the game clock running down under a minute with 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs still down 14-0. Nothing has changed in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I wish the Bulldogs would have put a couple of pass plays in the end zone, or at least one in the end zone, because going into the 4th quarter down by 2 touchdowns is not good, but going into the 4th quarter down by 1 touchdown is a lot better.
Yep.
And we'll see if the Bulldogs can make a stop here, after the good play by Castellanos.
Fenton coming out, and a lot of our receivers set, and flag is down.
And it looks like it could be a false start on Fenton. We'll see.
False start on Fenton. So that'll be 5 yards back.
Brings them back, and false starts are some of the worst penalties, because they could be easily prevented.
Yep. So Fenton will have the ball in 1st and 15 on their own 35. And play game clock running 15 seconds down, 13-12. We'll see what they do. I think they're going to let it run down with the play clock being greater than the game clock. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, Fenton Bison 14, Bulldogs 0. Nothing has changed since the 2nd half. We'll see what will happen in the 4th quarter. So during this quick break, we'll take a break for station identification.
Hello, I'm Michael Frushauer, and you're watching RBTV, your educational network. You can now own your favorite RBTV show or series. Just log on to our website, www.rbtv.tv, and click on My DVD. Print out the form, mail it in. It's that easy. Stay tuned for more great programs coming up next right here on RBTV.
Welcome back to Bulldog Varsity Football. Your Bulldogs are losing to the Fenton Bison, and the Bulldogs looking pretty good defensively. Decent offensively in this 3rd quarter. The score still remains 14-0 Fenton.
Yep, and you're listening to Andrew Palevsky and myself, Tyler Campbell, for the RBTV Game of the Week. This is the last game of the season for the Bulldogs, 2011.
Yeah, and with it, you really want to score. I mean, we scored against Nazareth, and they're ranked in the top 20 in the state. Hopefully, they can score on Fenton, who's ranked below 200th in the state.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how things turn out.
So it'll be Fenton ball.
Yeah, good play. Oh, he dropped it. It's signaled incomplete, as if it wasn't, Joey DeMarco would have been right there to cover up the ball.
Yep. Butts put it right there in the receiver's hands, but receiver just couldn't come up with it. And that was number 25, Aaron McCoy, just couldn't come up with the ball.
Yeah, Aaron McCoy, I don't know. I think he was looking too far upfield. He was running before he caught the ball, as my family usually says. So let's see what can the Bulldogs can make of this. They have second and about 15.
Yep. The ball is on Fenton zone 35 as Joe Butts is back. Pitches it. Little shovel pass, and the Bulldogs get the ball for a good loss there. Another 5-yard loss.
Good defensive play by Tyler Floros, getting in there and being equally productive on both sides of the ball, offensive and defensive. Tyler Floros is just doing great this game.
You know, Bulldogs aren't really playing that bad today. You know, it's just that their defense is doing pretty well. You know, Fenton got a little lucky on those plays with the Otto Zeman offense, the 5 spread, and then just Bulldog offense really can't come in and put any points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is playing great. They limited, there was 1 touchdown drive and 1 deep bomb. And the offense has to expect that the defense isn't going to, shut them out. You have to have them, you have to expect the offense to score more than 14 points. Limiting the Bison to 14 points. They want their offense to score something. You have to score more than 14 to win the game. The Bulldogs haven't scored any yet.
As O'Day tackles Joe Butts in the backfield. That was actually Genova in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a great play. The Bulldogs swarmed to the ball, and when one pursuer went down, another one, O'Day, was right there.
And Genova punts it off. Very booming punt.
Big punt, and fumbled, but recovered by, that's number 84 on the Bulldogs, Louis Verdon.
And that statement I had earlier with Bulldogs not putting any points on the board, that kind of raises the question, does defense win championships, but doesn't offense need to put up the board? What do you think, Andrew?
Well, yeah, I mean, unless you're playing the Arizona Cardinals, you have to score some points. If you remember the Bears game, they scored 26 points just about defense. But that's really the only exception where offense needs to score points to win the game. I mean, look at this. I mean, they have not scored any. I mean, the offense hasn't been playing bad. They just haven't put any points on the board.
Yep.
And when they were in field goal range, they go for it on 4th down twice.
Questionable play calling.
Absolutely. And instead of it being 6-14 with an 8-point deficit, maybe a touchdown and 2-point conversion, it's a 14-point deficit.
Even harder to get past in one quarter. Yeah. So with 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, the Bulldogs have the ball on their own 49-yard line.
After a good running play, the Bulldogs have it 2nd and 6.
As Beketic lines up under center, Tyler Floros single back in the backfield.
3 wide receivers split out left.
Beketic back to pass.
And he gets swallowed up. Sacked. Oh, man, Beketic not looking good.
Maybe we can get a replay on that to show.
This offensive line, you see, look at number 55 just coming right up the gut, and they overloaded straight up the middle.
Beketic really had nowhere to go there.
Some good stunting by the, you don't really see some stunting much, but that was some good stunting by the defensive line of Bison.
As Bulldogs will head the ball 3rd and 12 on their own 43 with Beketic under center.
4 wide receivers split out.
Yep.
They're looking past.
Beketic back to pass again.
Down. Oh, he had his man wide open, but O'Day was wide open, but Beketic can't deliver today. It may be due to the weather conditions or something else, but Beketic is not as sharp as he normally is.
Yep.
2 weeks ago he passed for over 300 yards, and today he's not getting anything. I don't even know what the scheme hasn't changed much. I don't know what is the big problem here.
The Bulldogs offense is kind of on a flip of a coin. You can kind of guess what they're going to do, either run or run. They haven't passed it that much today.
Yeah, I mean, and when they do pass, it's incomplete. You don't really have to worry about that if you're Fenton. Calls for a fair catch, and that's 22 for Fenton. That's Alex Geneva, their ace, as you would say. calling for a fair catch.
And the Bulldogs defense makes it out on the field. Fenton will take over on their own 30.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to score points if you can't just stay on the field. And the Bulldogs are having a problem on offense, just staying on the field, maintaining a drive. I think they've gone 3 and out their last 2 or 3 possessions.
Probably somewhere around there.
Yeah, you know, and let's hope they can get something going on defense. Keep something going on defense, because they have had it going, whatever it is, for a long time.
As you can see right there, the stand's really not filled up today. You know, maybe not due to the weather. You know, maybe just due because the Bulldogs haven't won a home game this season.
Yeah, I mean, why come to the game if you pretty much know the Bulldogs are going to lose? I mean, they haven't won a single home game. You can't really say that about many other teams.
Yep, you know, as you can see right here, you know, the running back for Fenton going up the middle, trucking over the defense, too.
Austin Ellis.
Yep.
The defense looking abnormally. They usually aren't that porous, but they seem to be for that play.
Yep, and you know, Bulldogs falling to Glenbard South at home, Nazareth at home, and you know, hopefully they'll make a win here against Fenton.
Yeah, they also fell to Lamont at home by over 40 points.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, some crude tackling by the Bulldogs adds extra 10 yards to the back end of that run.
As you can see right here, handoff again to Castellanos as he cuts it back and gets that ball.
Some bad tackling.
You know, kind of arm tackle.
They're trying to rip the ball out, which is, you know, good, but you also need to tackle the guy.
Yeah.
If you don't rip the ball out, then you're in trouble.
With 8:06 left in the game clock, Fenton's still up 14-0. Nothing has changed since the first half. And just in case you're just tuning in, you listen to RBTV, your educational network.
The score hasn't changed, but the defense of the Bulldogs has become so much sharper since the first half. It's probably a false start call. Looks as if there may be a false start call on the false start on the Fenton Bison. Now we'll see how this works out. As the Fenton Bison are backed way up. It's 1st and 5 now. Sorry, 1st and 15 now. And you know, the Bulldogs are playing really, really good on defense. You know, it just is the offense is killing them. And I mean, this the season. You know, sometimes their defense isn't playing good. Their offenses, they just can't find a day, especially at home, where both sides just are collectively working together.
Yep. That is right. As number 22, Genova, gets out left, getting some momentum up.
Oh, man, when he turns that corner and starts running downhill, he is hard to stop. The Bulldogs didn't even try to tackle him, just push him out of bounds.
As you can see right here, he kind of looked, you know, kind of stranded right there. And then broke free down the sideline and made something happen.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs looking slightly better on defense, but yards worse on offense. No pun intended. That as they were last half. Let alone last quarter.
Yeah, we'd like to see something happen here with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And the Bulldogs are still down 14-0. And
it is going to be hard to win, but the Bulldogs definitely want to score, especially on senior night, last game of the year at home. You know, it was a good play call. The quarterback Havlich definitely saw the Bulldog pass rush, and he called the draw play. And so we'll see how the rest of this possession works out. It's a very crucial 3rd and 2. If the Bulldogs stop them here, they have a good chance of coming back and with decent field position and scoring.
Yep.
But if they let them go on, if they let them pass this 3rd and 2, who knows what could happen.
Joe Butts, quarterback for Fenton. He's running lazily.
And he gets the first down. He started out slow, just looking for a place to run in. Then he accelerated and dived into a pile of RB players. And, you know, it's hard to stop a big guy diving right into you. And just to get 2 yards, he's not going to get a touchdown with that play, but he's going to get 2 yards. And it looks like there's a timeout on the field. We'll be right back after a couple messages.
Welcome back to Riverside Brookfield High School varsity football. Your Bulldogs are falling down to the Fenton Bison 14-0 with 6:25 left on the game clock. First and 10 for the Fenton Bison. It's not looking too good at the end of the game right now.
Yeah, and it's a bad first and 10 for the Bulldogs. They had them on 3rd and 2nd and nearly stopped them. Fenton only converted by a matter of inches, and now they turned the game from bad to worse here as Fenton is getting down to the end zone after a good run, good quarterback run.
Yeah, Joe Butts getting a good 6-yard gain.
And they took out their normal quarterback, Havlich, and he just having a hard time. And then he was having a little bit of a hard time, so they put Butts in, and he's rejuvenating the offense. And he starts having a hard time. They have Havlich as a second option.
Yep. So we'll see if the Bulldogs can stop him here on 2nd down and about 4 yards to go for Fenton. With a 5 spread. Handoff to number 3, Castellanos.
Castellanos getting a full head of steam, barreling over a couple defenders, getting down to the 19-yard line into the red zone.
And another good gain for Fenton. That's not good to see. As you can see right here, Castellanos just gets the ball, powers through, nearly untouched.
I think he was completely untouched until around the 20-yard line, man. It's hard to stop a guy with a full head of steam. They needed 4 defenders, especially after he's ran for a good 10 yards. And they're in the red zone. And so every time I have to remind you that this quarter action is sponsored to you by Dr. Pizza.
As Joe Butts is stopped before the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3 yards. As we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here to stop the Fenton offense from scoring again.
Yeah, and they're trying to run the ball a bit more to keep that clock running. The Bulldog, because they're just trying to waste some time. They don't want to leave enough time for the Bulldogs to make a miraculous comeback like the Fenton sophomore team did. They were down 16 points down 10 points in the fourth quarter, 16 points at one point in time, and came back to win the game. They don't want a similar occurrence to happen for the Bulldogs.
That is right. Snap is back. Butts hands it off to Castellanos as he gets a good gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, and besides the last drive with a couple handoffs to Castellanos, the main running game for the Bison is mostly quarterback draws and quarterback keepers.
As you can see right here, Castellanos really powering through the Bulldogs defense today. Getting tackled pretty soon, but that's still not a good game the Bulldogs want to see.
Yeah, good taking out his legs by Joey DeMarco. He knows how to make a good tackle. He's a sort of small guy, but he can definitely make a lot of tackles.
Yep, so Fenton will have 3rd and 9. As Butts keeps it on the quarterback keeper.
And
cuts outside.
And Suzuki charged through the line, and he got through pretty much untouched, but he went for the running back, and, not the quarterback, Butts. And timeout Bulldogs.
Timeout Bulldogs. As you can see right here, the handoff to Castellanos. Suzuki even fell for that as Butts really makes that good play. Almost getting outside, but good play by number 42, Mark Swift, to make that tackle.
Yeah, and this is a timeout. We'll be right back after a couple messages. Welcome back to Bulldogs varsity football. The Bulldogs are down by 14 to the Bison with about 3.5 left in the fourth quarter.
Sad to see, Bulldogs falling in their homecoming game to Nazareth, a very well-respected team in Illinois. But, you kind of want to come out in your last game of the season, especially home, not winning a home game the whole season, maybe giving the fans a hope for next season.
Yeah, but they're really not. The only hope they have is watching the sophomore games.
Yeah.
And I mean, they'll look what they'll have to look forward to next year, because the sophomores did very well this season. So the Bulldogs just trying to limit the scoring here, hoping to make it a little bit more respectable of a loss. Trying to say that they didn't allow any points in the second half.
As Butts is still, and
flag on the play, or just a stoppage of play.
Yeah, it looks like just a stoppage of play. Play clock was still running out, and it's another timeout for the Bulldogs. So during this timeout, we'll take a quick break for station identification.
Welcome back to Bulldogs varsity football. The Bulldogs are down by 14 with about 3.5 left in the fourth quarter. And reminder that you're watching RBTV, your educational network. Watch us online from anywhere at www.rbtv.tv.
You can also visit our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/myrbtv.
And Fenton Bison are going for it on 4th and short. This is one of the, this is not unlikely as the Bison go for it, and they get it.
Butts, just kind of butted his way through,
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder and just plowed through about 3 defenders.
As you can see right here, he cuts left. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen, but he just lowers his shoulder, gets right through the line, and puts him back about 4 yards.
Yeah, and he absolutely plowed over number, 62, Will Potts. Will Potts is not a small guy.
Yeah, that is
he's 6 foot, 200 pounds.
That is a solid dude.
And he's gotten a little bit bigger since they've weighed, so we'll see.
So, flag down the play.
Or is there a flag, or is it just a timeout? We'll see. Looks like there's a flag. 12 men on the field for the Bulldogs.
That's not what they want to see.
They just called a timeout, less than 40 seconds ago, just to address that they had 12 men on the field. Now to come out with the same penalty, yeah, it's not good.
So we'll see what the Bulldogs can try to do here. With 3:13 left on the game clock, it's not looking too bright in the Bulldogs' game future.
Yeah, it certainly isn't, as the Bulldogs looking to get something going here on defense. If they get a stop here, I don't know. They may end the season on a good note.
As touchdown, Fenton Castellanos, number 32, powers through the big white line.
And he came in nearly untouched. He got a little tripped up, but he came in nearly untouched.
That's kind of the story of, as you can see right here, Castellanos gets the ball. That's happened a lot today. Castellanos getting the ball, and he just powers through the goal line. And that's kind of the story of the Bulldogs season this year.
And they came down the field and ran almost 12 straight running plays because they were trying to run down the clock anyway.
And you know what? They can. They have proven they can.
Yeah, and when they got the ball with 5 minutes left, they've ran it down all the way to about 3 minutes. So see what the Bulldogs can do. Maybe, hopefully, score at least 3. Hopefully, we'll try to get 3 on the board.
Yep.
To end the season on a good note.
And they stop the 2-point conversion, and it'll be Bulldogs ball after this kickoff. Knock on wood. Hopefully, they don't not get the ball.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm looking at Luke Keller here. He's one of the fastest people on the Bulldogs roster. If he gets the ball and gets a full head of steam, I don't know, we may see a Devin Hester-esque run back.
Yeah, that would be something to see right now with 2:50 left.
Last home game.
Yeah.
Run back. That'd end the season off.
Yeah, well. Maybe very improbable for a win, but at least a little spark going on to the next season.
Yeah, with the Bulldogs down by 20 points with 3 minutes left. I don't think they can come back, but, you know, just to get 7 would be nice, or even 3 we'll take. You know, the Bulldogs hoping to get something going.
Let's see what they do, as number 22, Genova, will be kicking off to Floros and Keller, who will try to get something to go, maybe get the Bulldogs good possession as they are shifting. I think they recognize something, as it is a squib kick, and Bartlett will take the ball.
Bartlett, their running back. Oh, he gets he stays on his feet. After getting tripped up and gets an extra 5 yards because of it. Good job using his hand to stay on his feet.
That's determination.
Yeah, I mean, why not just try to fight for it? It's the end. It's the last game of the season. Just absolutely, you always should give it your all, but especially now, just try to give it your all.
Well said, well said. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here at their own 34.
Hopefully it's something. You see Beketic in shotgun. There's no secret they're going to pass the ball, try to get down the field quick.
You don't see that too much, you know, Bulldogs starting up in shotgun as Beketic
steps
scrambles
up.
out.
Good pass to O'Day.
And O'Day
gets, you know, 20, 30 yards.
That's, you know what, O'Day is going to be a very, you know, looked upon player next year. As you can see right here, you know, Beketic making this play happen. You know, he resisted to go down, you know, scrambled out, hits O'Day. But O'Day, as you can see right here, gets the pass, gets a good 10 yards after the catch.
And also another thing on that play is you finally get to see on the last game of the season a little bit of accuracy from Beketic, you know, hitting O'Day right in the chest there.
Yeah, you know, Fenton player down, and so it looks like he's going to be down for a little bit. We'll have the injury report and who that is after this quick break.
And that was number 34, Javonte Walls, injured on the play. He was He was helped off but mostly by his own power. As Beketic in the shotgun, 3 wide receiver set. Good pass rush by the Bison. Beketic keeps it. He doesn't get out of bounds to stop the play clock. I don't know about that. I think he should have tried to go for the sideline there instead of stretch for the extra 1 yard.
As you can see right here, you know, Beketic looking for the pass, doesn't see anything, and just books out to the left and, you know, tries to make something happen. You know, I agree with you saying that maybe he should have got out of bounds, but
yeah, just right there, just keep full esteem out of bounds.
As Beketic passes it off.
Oh man, over.
That's Lewis Verdon.
You know, that's disappointing because he had his man open.
Yep.
Same place around where he hit O'Day. You know, Beketic, that's the story of the game, just him not being as accurate as he should be.
No, back to O'Day. You know, he's a very good player right now, and with summer and everything, he can progress into maybe even a better football player.
Yeah, you know, O'Day doing a good job, and, you know, a junior, so he has 1 more year with us. Beketic finds, it's intercepted. Out of the hands of O'Day.
O'Day's looking for a pass interference or something. He wasn't looking too happy.
Ooh, lay down the boom was, you know, that was number, I think, 54 on the Bulldogs. Excuse me.
As a little confrontation is going on with number 11 on on Fenton and Chris Duplanich, number 55.
Duplanich made a great hit on you know, number 11 on Fenton.
As you can see right here. Yeah, as Cadlick picks it off right here.
You can see O'Day stop playing and look for the flag.
Yep. And then, you know, Cadlick gets it to about the 50-yard line.
Watch this big hit by, actually it's number 51, Andrew Nelms.
No,
it's not. It was Duplanich. Big hit, and the refs are talking about whether he was out of bounds or not, and would that qualify as a late hit.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs is the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Fenton. No penalty will offset.
And coming into the game for the Bulldogs is Joe Mulhern. And, you know, Bryce Bartlett and Joey DeMarco sitting on the sidelines for this last possession.
I think
maybe probably getting a couple seniors in the game.
Yeah, the seniors, you know, want to get a win. They want to, even though it's highly improbable right now, they want to go out with a big bang. You know, their last play of the season, since the Bulldogs are not going to be participating in the playoffs.
As as opposed to Fenton, which definitely will be participating.
Yeah, with the overall probably 7-2 record.
If they win this game here, it'll be 7-2.
Yeah,
and they just take a knee. You know, they're trying to get all their seniors who don't play a lot of minutes in, and they're trying to get them in and at least give them a couple snaps.
With 1:20 left on the game clock, Fenton up 20-0. First and 11.
Yeah.
Second and 11. Excuse me.
And they're probably gonna take a knee here. And they're just waiting for the play clock to run down. With about 10 seconds left on the play clock. You know, the Fenton Bison have pretty much dominated on the offensive side of it. Their offense has completely dominated the Bulldogs' offense. In terms of stats, the spread, mostly passing offense, it has completely dominated the Bulldogs' mostly running offense. You can attribute that to the Bulldogs not having success in the run, at least, to the Bison big front four, I guess. They just stopped the run every time the Bulldogs tried. Every time they did get a big run by Beketic, a good touchdown run, but it was called back for holding on Louis Brigaletti. A very sort of an unnecessary holding call too.
Yep. So with 15 seconds left on the game clock, that will probably conclude today's game with Fenton winning 20-0 over your Riverside Brookfield. So for RBTV and the entire staff helping today, I'm Tyler Campbell.
And I'm Andrew Plevsky.
Thank you, and that will conclude the RB Football Varsity 2011 season. We'll see you next year.
See you.
All right, so Coach Zeman, congratulations on the final regular season win. You know, how did it feel today?
It was really different. You know, for 40 years I was on this sideline, and I've been on that side, and it was hard. And I didn't want to do anything, take anything away from our kids tonight, because about the Fenton kids. And it was good to get back and seeing a lot of people from RB that are really great friends and great. RB's a great school, a lot of great people. Guys like Gary Prokes behind the scenes. I miss that guy, but there's all kinds of. Just awesome people. It was good to see him here.
We got a little taste of the old offense you brought to RB. You know, worked. What do you got to say about the spread offense?
Well, we've struggled with it at times this year, but you know we scored enough tonight to do the job, and the kids did a great job.
All right, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much.